Hi, it's Kyle from Bitewing Games, and today we're learning how to play Kabuto Sumo, designed by Tony Miller, published by AllPlay, with gorgeous art from Kwanshai Moria. In Kabuto Sumo, players are beetles, wrestling on this sumo ring. Players will take turns pushing their discs onto the ring. The first player to knock off an opponent wins the game. Let's take a look at the setup. If this is your first time playing, assemble the sumo ring and the pushing platform. Place the ring in the center of the table. Place the small, medium, and large discs in a supply next to the ring. Each player will select a color of beetle, placing the wood beetle in the supply, and placing the matching token in front of them as a reminder of what color they are. Each player will also select a wrestler card. You can choose your favorite character or randomly assign wrestlers. There are Junior League wrestlers for a beginner variant, and standard wrestlers. I'll go over a few of the different beetle powers in a little bit, but for now, to set up the game, you'll set it up a little bit differently based on the number of players. Feel free to pause the video or look in the rulebook to see the setup for each player count. Here's the setup for a 2-player game. Notice that I placed the title belt on the center token. Here's the setup for a 3-player game. And here's the setup for a 4-player game. If playing with 4 players, you'll be playing on teams. Make sure that the teammates are set up on the same side of the large discs as shown here. Each player will be given 1 medium and 2 small tokens. In a 3-player game, the third player will be given 2 medium tokens instead of just 1. And in a 4-player game, you'll have a shared inventory, so between the 2 teammates, you'll have 1 medium and 2 small tokens. Alright, we're all set up, so let's see how the game plays. Randomly choose a start player, probably the person who most recently sumo wrestled. On your turn, you will move the pushing platform so it is touching the sumo ring. Select one piece and push that piece in a straight line onto the ring. If you knock off any normal tokens, add those tokens to your inventory. If you knock off an opponent, you win the game. In a 2-player game, you will also win if you knock the title belt out of the ring. After pushing a token, the player to your left will do the same, and you'll continue to push tokens until someone has pushed an opponent out of the ring. However, if you run out of pieces in your inventory, you're out of the game. So in a 2-player game, if you run out of pieces, your opponent wins. In a 3-player game, if you run out of pieces, you're out of the game, but you'll leave your wrestler token on the board. Okay, so how do we actually push these pieces? Ha! Not like that. To push pieces, place light pressure on the top of the piece, and with firm, consistent pressure, push until the token is entirely on the board. Once the token has completely entered the ring, stop pushing. And you don't have to push towards the center of the ring. As long as you push in a straight line, you can push at any angle. No moving angles as you push, so this is illegal. A few rules for edge cases. If you knock your own wrestler off, you lose the game. If pieces fall off at any point when a player isn't pushing pieces, those tokens get returned to the supply. And that's basically the game. But we haven't really talked about the wrestlers, so let's look at a few of those. There are junior wrestlers with no special moves. Instead, they have a different starting inventory, and that you get straight to the wrestling. If playing with a Junior League variant, anytime a wrestler's unique piece gets knocked out, return it to that player's inventory. For the standard wrestler, add their assigned pieces to the supply, not your inventory. There are ways to get that piece from the supply to your inventory, but once that piece is knocked out, it returns to the inventory, not to your supply. And that's a general rule. Some of the wrestlers will break the standard rules of the game. The wrestlers each have signature moves, which you can use once per turn. Each card details what those wrestlers' unique moves are. I'm not going to go over all 8, but I'll just give you 2 to give you a little taste of the fun. If you're cactus jacked, you'll add the cactus to the supply. At the beginning of your turn, if your wrestler is touching the brown edge of the ring, add a large token or the cactus to your inventory. Then once per round, you can use your bang bang to pay 1 large token to your opponent to push a second token onto the ring. Sisyphus lets you stack 2 of your small discs onto another token in the ring, and then gain a medium token. You can also use the roly-poly signature move to stack 2 medium tokens onto the ring, gaining your giant special piece. When stacking pieces, you will stack pieces on top of a matching or larger token. You can't stack on top of smaller tokens. The base game comes with 5 Junior League wrestlers and 8 standard wrestlers, but there are some expansions which add in more wrestlers, and a Total Mayhem expansion which adds in a bunch of other tokens, I'll probably save that for another video. But for now, you know how to play Kabuto Sumo. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Until next time.